Hi everyone, welcome to this new video to Nerd of the Class. Today let's talk about oxygen dissociation curve for both hemoglobin and myoglobin. This is a particular subject very linked to the biochemistry, to the physiology. However, it has more than only that for the understanding of this. Okay, so let's see. What is the dissociation curve? Okay, what is it? Well, the dissociation curve is a curve that you use to understand how many molecules of hemoglobin or myoglobin you need to certain pressure, to certain partial pressure of oxygen to have certain dissociation. In the x-axis, we will have the uh, pressure of oxygen, okay? And in the y-axis, we are going to have the percentage of dissociated molecules. So this curve corresponds to the myoglobin and this curve to the hemoglobin. The myoglobin has an exponential growing or logarithmic growing, okay? Why is exponential? Because it's really fast at the beginning with low pressure of molecules. Completely, we will have this completely saturated, okay, completely dissociated. More than 50% of the molecules will be dissociated for a very low um, pressure of oxygen. But we need more than 40 millimeters of mercury to have the same saturation or dissociation for the hemoglobin. What does tells us? That is telling that the myoglobin has a bigger affinity with the oxygen than the hemoglobin has. So let's remember the structure of each molecule. The hemoglobin is a molecule with four chains, two two alpha and two betas change, each one with a hemogroup. And each hemogroup, each is the one who attach to the oxygen. So hemoglobin has two main forms, the stress and the relax. In the stress mode, we have very low affinity with the oxygen, and that is what is happening here. Okay, we are not having good enough um, uh, saturation, so it's very hard that the first molecule will be connected to the hemoglobin. Okay, so consequently, the more partial pressures, the more oxygen that will be connecting with the first one, and then the second one, and then the third one, and then the last one. And each time is easier. That's why this rowing start very low, but then increase, and then establish again. This, okay, this increasing here is talking about the cooperation phenomena. Okay, so in the other side we have the myoglobin. The myoglobin has only one hemogroup, and that hemogroup, what it does is that then how is only one hemogroup is easier to attach to the oxygen, so the dissociation occurs first. But what does tell us physiologically? The hemoglobin is not the molecule that carries oxygen to the rest of the body, and the answer is yes. But let's understand this. We have the lungs where hemoglobins are charged with oxygen, and we have peripheral tissue like muscles, okay, like skeletal muscles. And we have the hemoglobin that goes from lungs to tissues, okay, carried with um, oxygen, and then it returns to the lung with uh, carbon dioxide, okay. So when we are in high um, pressures of oxygen, we will have high affinity by the hemoglobin to the oxygen. But once we decrease the pressures, the partial pressure, we are going to return to the low affinity, and where we have low pressure of oxygen in the peripheral tissue. So once the hemoglobin get out from the lungs, it's going to um, release the oxygen from it. And that is useful because in that way the oxygen will be released to the peripheral tissues, and then the myoglobin will be attaching to it, so this could maintain it on these tissues, these peripheral tissues. And the hemoglobin, which is highly attached to the carbon dioxide, is going to extract all that carbon dioxide to the lungs. Okay, so in peripheral tissues, we will have low partial pressures of oxygen. Consequently, and the hemoglobin will be releasing oxygen to the tissues, and in the lungs we are going to have high partial pressure of tissues. Consequently, the hemoglobin will be attached to the oxygen to return the cycle. And this is all for now. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and activate notifications. We have also an Instagram and a Telegram group, which is going to be left there in the description, and our Facebook page. Remember, join to the Telegram group to decide which will be the next topic of the video. So see you later, guys, and thanks for watching again.